in your separation from Tressarn, shall we say, do you feel that those times were actually important for your development, or do you feel like they were just sort of a gap? What's your feeling on that?
I think it's like, being sent to Siberia. It was, I wasn't sent there. I sent myself there. It was just very barren, very sad time, a very anchored time, ungrounded time. It was a time of growth. It was a time of learning things. But if I could go back and do it all again, I wouldn't do it like that. No. My sons actually, so it's interesting, they were teenagers. One of them's now not a teenager anymore. But one of my sons they're 14 and 20 now. And they're both learning to channel their guardian angels, which may or may not come as a surprise. I asked the boys if they wanted to connect with their guardian angels, meet their guardian angels, before I took the step to connect with them, because that's important. Manny was about 8. It wasn't until Zed was 16 that he was interested. But they never wanted to learn to channel. They're motivated to learn to channel, and it's fascinating why. Because my youngest loves chess. He loves to play chess. They both have so many interests, and they have so many questions. And we live in a world where, they live in a world where it's completely normal to do what I do. And Eddie, my husband, he channels his guardian angel as well, because they have questions that they want answers to. So Manny sees how people are channeling in the real world, but not calling it channeling. So, for example, he loves to play chess. And the world of chess now has expanded to the extent where, excuse me, you can play online chess. You don't have to sit and play classical chess, although he loves classical chess. It's not so easy because you've got to wait for people to play with, or you've got to go and play, but you can play online chess. And he said, I watch people play chess, and they play these blitz games of chess, which is really, really rapid chess, which is fascinating. And he said, they're not thinking. They can't possibly be thinking about what they're doing. They're playing chess in another way, on another level. And I want to be able to do that. And then he said to me, and I want to learn to channel, because that's what they're doing, isn't it? They're channeling. They're not thinking. They're channeling. Same with my oldest son, Zed. He never wanted to channel. He always had lots of questions, but one of the many things that he loves to do is to produce music. And so he follows lots of different musicians, and he's fascinated by the process of producing music, but also the process of how creative ideas come together. And he's heard so many artists and producers, people in the music world, and throughout history, talking about how an idea just came to them. I just woke up and I just had the melody, or I could see the notes, or people that see music in color, like Billie Eilish, for example. She apparently doesn't she hears music, but she sees it as like colors. That's how she's able to like create. So he's fascinated by it, and that's why they want to learn to channel. So going back to my motivation, you have to have a motivation. You have to know why you want to do it, because otherwise you won't. Or in my case, the ability to be able to do it was something that just didn't fit into the jigsaw puzzle of my life. It was like having Tressarn always there, loving me, supporting me, encouraging me, helping me. But I was at a stage of my life through my adolescence where I couldn't embrace that. I didn't feel safe to trust that. I'd grown up and had a really difficult childhood, and so trust was a real issue for me. No, I need to do everything by myself. That's how I feel safe, staying in control. And it wasn't until I had Zed, when I was 31, that I had no control over the process, and I opened up in ways which meant that I couldn't hold back. Having babies makes me vulnerable, like so exposed, and I couldn't keep that connection shut down any longer. And when that love came back in, transformed my life.
Amazing. But of course, that's a very rare experience, as you've described it, because